Hi, my name is Joey Myers, and I am a local business owner, private business owner. And today I will talk with Mr. Karan Katenjian about the specifics of workers' compensation and benefits.
Hi Joey, good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Karan.
Thank you for this opportunity, first of all.
You got it. My question is, how did this whole system start?
Well, the analog of this system was created in Germany during the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, where the employers tried to run their businesses smoothly without paying too many costs for damages to the injured workers. What they've created an insurance system where they're just paying premiums which cover reasonably the expenses for the damages while they are functioning feasibly within their industries. So multi-million dollars lawsuits are not going to help the business run smoothly. There is too much pressure on the business. Imagine you sue your boss and get a loud verdict, and during the same year a couple of other employees sue your boss and get multi-million dollar verdicts as well. No industry will really hold under this pressure. So no jury trials, no loud verdicts. It's just a compromised system.
Very cool. Now, I sense that there are some cardinal differences between a civil lawsuit for damages and workers' compensation. What are those?
You bet there is. Any injured worker, if it's their first case in work comp, will ask you if they will get civil damages like pain and suffering or loss of earnings or even loss of joy of life. That is not going to happen in work comp. All of the work comp benefits are strictly regulated by law, and they are replacement damages. In other words, for a much smaller amount or value, and that's how the industry keeps running, because again, if you have a lot of lawsuits in civil courts, you won't be able to survive as a business on an annual basis.
Gotcha. Now, why is it so?
Well, can you imagine if every employer would pay so much money for every injured case? So what happens, basically, the damages in civil lawsuits like pain and suffering are reverted into permanent disability benefit, for example, which is regulated by labor code schedules and has certain costs in percentages. And medical care is also regulated by schedules. The employer pays premiums to the adjusters, and they are just regulating expenses and costs under schedules. If you have a lot of suits, then you won't be able to satisfy all of the employees for their claims. So therefore, the system is created to basically have the employer to run their industry within feasible terms, economically and fiscally, and the employee to get some reasonable compensation. Let me give you an example. Let's say if you lost a limb or you are reduced to a sedentary life because of your injury, in a civil lawsuit you can get a multi-million dollar award through a jury verdict, like $10 million or more. In work comp, hardly you will get $500,000 for the same thing. And basically, not all of that is going to go into your pocket. Some of it is going to go for your medical care and for your training. So it's a compromised system where everybody is functioning and not necessarily happy. But again, the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century forced people to make certain arrangements so that both the workers are satisfied and the employers are capable of running their business.
Interesting. So then, what is the best solution in work comp for an injured worker with multiple injuries and issues?
Well, it gets tough sometimes, and you need to have an experienced lawyer in the area of work comp. Civil lawyers or personal injury lawyers, they don't know much about work comp because work comp is not a subject that is studied at law schools. It's not offered as a subject that is studied at law schools. For example, me, I got hands-on experience and I just educated myself. So you need a lot of experience in the area for you to cover all of those damages and account for all of those issues for your clients. So I would suggest that they need to have a good experienced lawyer if they have complicated issues, and that lawyer should be a work comp lawyer who practices in that field.
Thank you, Corinne. Well, before we end here, where can people, if they wanted to reach out and say they had an injury or an issue that they were looking at hiring a workers' comp attorney, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me at my website, farleyketenjian.com. They could contact me at my office, 559-222-8090. That's very simple.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Till we meet again.
Yeah. Bye-bye.